Hey guys, and today we are actually doing something a little different today. We will be doing behind the art stuff. So basically, as you guys know, I've been getting stuff prepared for the art sale. So much so to the point that basically I was going to do this anyways, but yeah. So basically, this is going to be slightly maybe three part thing. I'm tired as hell since I haven't got any sleep. So let's get to it. Let's go. The first artwork I did for the art cell was these dragons, and these dragons are morally supposed to represent how I feel about myself and my soul. And I've always saw myself as more like a broken pieces of glass, but each piece became its own, basically sentient thing. Well, I'm in the center of them. Obviously, so I have basically been able to mark down a few of them, so that's the reason why I've given them their own physical bodies now, since I was able to now fully see them for who they are. Also, all of them have their own symbols. So, this is basically purity. Basically, because I was once a baby, and I feel like some of that purity, like some purity of when you're a baby, and the most purest you can ever be in your life, is still somewhere inside of you. But being that type of pure, it's morally unrealistic. So obviously, I see this one as more of wisdom, wise, and cannot actually do any harm. This is darkness. Obviously, this one is three. This is three heads because I feel like my darkness is it was split up into three things. One of them being the mask. We'll do those later. I'll make an entire video about that later, but some point in the future. One is I would consider him more like Beast or basically Destruction, and the other one is the original Darkness of them all. So obviously, three heads, three dragons, three representations of my inner darkness. But why? But I feel like it's only purple and everything is because I've now took several years, but I finally got to realize that my inner darkness is also technically like my inner light. Darkness is because I've kind of realized that even with the lightest of souls, you always gonna need darkness to balance you out. So yeah, so obviously, this one, and you can see this one's a little bit really cool one, and honestly, I do really like this one. Alright, and then we have, and as you guys can see from the background that the chasm does break. This one is more poison, and the poison is supposed to represent, and this can also be representation artwork for all you guys, so you guys can tell me what in the comments down below, like, what do you guys think this represents to you. But to me, this more represents of the fact that I was forced to gulp a lot of poison from my family, a lot of beef and everything from my family, and it was not something that I truly enjoyed having to deal with my entire life. Here is corrupted light. As you can see, the beam is kind of skyrocketing. Corrupted light. It's more on the fact of this. It's more on the fact of a little story. In the story, I will just make it really short. I was once friends with someone, and even though I can remember that friendship, I can morely remember it now as I was more like a leech in a way. I I hated myself so much to the point I was like trying to consume her soul, her light, and be like, it's mine, so I'm fixed now. So it took me a while to like learn myself and learn to, mm, if I'm gonna hate myself, to accept myself. And sadly, that friend stopped being my friend, taking myself to a dark, edgy thing until I finally learned how to accept myself. Here we go. Crimson. Crimson is more on the fact of my soul. On this point of the spectrum is that Crimson was this dark force that was like chaotic and wild, and then it got more pure and dark, and now I can realize that it's both. It's basically my yin and yang, showing that my life has gone such through a dark turn, such through a dark path to the point that there is no such thing as me being pure. There's no reason me having a normal soul. I will always be like a weird form of light and dark. And honestly, I kind of accept it. And the last one, but surely not least, we have me now. The way I see myself currently now, and that is me as my inner soul, a soul dragon. I imagine, well, this being me, I kind of see it as I've learned and I've gotten through so much hard times, so much toughness, so much everything, and through all of that, I've been always been able to rise above it, always been able to fight it. Even when I was down, my body would never give up, and I always fought back. This is what I believe this represents for me, is that is. In the end of the day, I never did give up. Even if I wanted to, even if I wanted to quit and throw it all away, I couldn't, and I never did. Because I believe that's where my strength lies, is the fact that my body refuses to let me give up even when I truly want to. And again, I hope you guys really like this one. This one is morely on the fact that the reason why I want to do these type of videos is only just because I feel like being an artist YouTuber is not just about being a showing superheroes, showing villains, making creatures. I feel like it should also be about showing deeper into us. Showing those artworks that we made because of emotion like anger, hatred, or the deepest emotions in our lives, are basically something that is representing us. I believe that's what not just YouTube artists, but just regular artists in general, what they should be doing. So, in other words, that's the reason why I'm glad to be doing representation artwork with Eric Zell, because this should be a lot more symbolic for you guys. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. See you guys later. Crimson Thunder out.